Hey, what's going on, crypto people? It is the crypto siege with another day in the life, in the crazy life that is the digital asset space. What's going on, guys? Happy Monday to you. Listen, a couple interesting articles I wanted to share with you guys. I'm going to save the best one, I believe, for last. So, guys, listen, this is your XRP Ripple daily news in 0 to 10 minutes. Let's do this. So, guys, listen, South Korean Central Bank accelerates digital currency pilot to keep up with other nations. CBDCs. We all love those new walled gardens, right? Because we all know that that means they need a bridge settlement asset, and that is XRP. No. Mm-hmm. So, guys, listen, this is from CoinDesk, and the contributing author is Patty Baker. The Bank of Korea has launched a new pilot program for a central bank digital currency amid concerns other nations could take the lead if it sits on the sidelines. Hello, good old US of A. So, the South Korean central bank said Monday it had re-evaluated the CBDC proposal after observing that other developed nations, including neighboring Japan and its close ally, the US, were moving forward with their own digital currency plans faster than anticipated. Interesting. Including the US in that. Okay, cool. Hello, digital dollar and digital dollar wallet. So, abandoning their wait and see approach, the Bank of Korea officials have now pushed the central bank into a 22-month pilot program, which started this month to assess the technical and legal ramifications of replacing physical cash with a digital equivalent. Tokenization, the digital asset space, guys, is upon us. So, the United States and Japan had no plans to issue a CBDC in the near future, but they changed their stance recently to enhance research in the emerging area, said an official speaking to the Korean Times. The Bank of Korea also decided to remain proactive in the rapid shift in payment environments here and abroad. So we are going to set up the CBDC pilot system and check technical and legal issues surrounding its introduction here. So CBDCs have become an extension of existing international rivalries, with some seeing digital currencies at the center of currency struggle to replace the dollar-denominated global economy. That China, the emerging global powerhouse, has made its digital yuan a top priority, has forced lawmakers in other countries to press their own governments to begin work on CBDC initiatives. Back in February, a group of senior Japanese politicians petitioned their government, which has already joined a CBDC working group, to share and collaborate on as much digital currency research as possible with close allies, including the United States, against China's bid for complete currency supremacy. In the United States, a digital dollar campaign has garnered support from a group of former regulatory chiefs, a Treasury undersecretary, and presidential advisor. The United States government itself has kept its cards closer to its chest, but Federal Reserve Governor Lael Brainerd revealed in February research is underway into whether a digital dollar could counter private initiatives like Facebook's Libra. The Bank of Korea has previously expressed skepticism about CBDCs, and even now, in its most recent move, officials say they have no plans to issue a digital currency. Right. So never forget the phrase, the United States is kind of keeping the moves close to their chest, right? Because that's what it's all about. No one is wanting to let the other one know what they're doing. So perhaps in an effort to curb over enthusiasm. But one caveat buried deep within Monday's 5-page press release says that position could also change should there be a substantial shift in domestic and external conditions. right, can we say the real cold, right? So the finding of this research will be shared with other major central banks, the Bank of Korea said, right? And so this is just, again, right, we all know this, a lot of the stuff going on is, a lot of people have said for months and months and months and months about the U.S. lagging behind. And it's not that, we've all known that it's not that they're lagging behind, but it is just as chess, not checkers. And they don't want to let people know, other nations know what they're ultimately wanting to do. That's what it's about. Because, listen, if something's going to happen to the U.S. dollar, something's going to happen to the number one economy in the world, they're right. We're going to go down swinging, in other words, right? And so you can't, you can't show your hand. And that's what that's been about for me. As far as I'm concerned, that's what it's been about for the U.S., not showing their hand. So this is the article that I really wanted to share with you guys. It's interesting. It's just from NASDAQ. Crypto was meant to democratize finance. And it's finally about to. Crypto was meant to democratize finance, and it's finally about to. Interesting, coming from an author here. So this is put together by guest contributors. And it looks like it's, I don't know who the guest contributors are. Is it Remy Jacobson? I don't know. Chairman of the board of Real IT, maybe it is. So guys, listen, let's go over this article, because I think it's really, really important that, we say this on the channel all the time. We're early adopters in this new asset class that is the digital asset space. And it's an exciting time knowing that we're playing a game that 99.9% of the masses don't even know is being played, and we're winning. And this is a prime example of that, guys. So with Bitcoin at its helm, cryptocurrency was born with lofty aspirations. Through the revolutionary blockchain technology that powered it, the digital coin was meant to even the financial playing field, eliminate intermediaries such as banks, and maybe even replace fiat altogether. Cryptocurrency was the libertarian schoolboy's fantasy come true. While no one can blame enthusiasts for their high ambitions, the truth is that neither banks nor fiat currencies have gone away, and crypto doesn't remotely pose a threat to either. What is happening, though, is that traditional capital markets are beginning to incorporate blockchain technology and digital assets, and the beer cold pandemic only hastens the process. And that is the 1,000% correct. That's the ultimate truth. The ultimate truth is with the advent of Bitcoin and the underlying technology that is blockchain technology, distributed ledger technology. What it did allow is for the capital markets to embrace a new technology to do what they've been doing, only better. Now, in addition to that, the fact that they realized that we're going to move, they once they realized they could not strong arm this technology, and that the technology was going to innovate around them, okay, they started to embrace it and figure out, okay, since we can't beat them, how can we join them, and how can we still win, right? That is the thing. So the idea was for cryptocurrency to democratize finance, just as the internet democratized content and opportunity. It's a case for digital currency that anyone involved in the space has heard over and over. Before the internet, content creation was reserved only for journalists and creative departments at advertising agency. Today, it's almost bizarre for the average person to not post regular content for the world to see. That's exactly right. That's exactly what we're doing right now on this channel. That's exactly what's going on today. I found out from my daughter the other day, there's someone doing TikTok videos with, I don't know, some 13 million, 14 million followers, some crazy number on TikTok. And she's a teenager. Crazy. So before the internet, content creation was reserved for only the journalists. I already read that. So the same is true for finance today. And as social media democratizes content, digital assets are at the helm of democratizing finance. That's why I say it in the channel all the time, right? You and I, never in the history of finance have the average Joe and average Jane been able to participate in a level playing field, if you will, and having access in the same manner without having to go through hoops like being an accredited investor, and have access to a whole new asset class. Never in the history of finance has the bank teller and the truck driver and the piece delivery person and your babysitter been able to participate in a new asset class like the elite and the wealthy and the rich and the people in the know have been able to do. Not only can we participate in this new asset class, we can invest in protocols like the HTTP, the TCP, and the SMTP, right? That's what we're doing when we invest in the digital asset behind the XRP out ledger, right? Never has that happened before ever in the history of finance. And that is an exciting time for us, guys. But how is cryptocurrency to achieve these ambitious goals? Blockchain, and blockchain. At this point, the industry shaping technology barely needs an introduction. Blockchain enables crypto to unshackle the masses from the burden of being beholden to archaic banking bureaucracy and closed door monetary policy that prioritizes the wealthy over everyone else. By eliminating the middleman, cryptocurrency enables people to bypass the onerous fees, interest rates, and other restrictions traditional financial institutions impose. That's why I love the Celsius network so much, guys, because it does exactly that. So as of today, though, Bitcoin hasn't achieved widespread adoption. Sure, its price has stabilized between 8,000 and 11,000, and improvements have been made to its payment protocol. The Lightning Network payment, which has been hailed as a solution to the cryptocurrency scalability problem. But for Bitcoin or any other altcoin to democratize anything, it will need to be adopted on a major scale. And this is what the people from Ripple have known all along, almost from the very beginning. So the key lies not with overthrowing traditional financial institutions, but by adapting them to blockchain technology, right? Ripple working with 50 different governments and central banks, right? Which is vastly superior to the IT system that came before it. In plain language, tokenization. Tokenization refers to the process of putting major asset classes on the blockchain and digitizing them so they can be divided into tiny shares that don't exist today. Each of these shares is represented by a token on the blockchain, which also means tokenization offers the greater security that is inherent in blockchain technology. Tokenization is slowly spreading throughout the world, especially in Europe, where it is beginning to shape the continent's financial future. Malta, for instance, was the first country to adopt a legal framework that manages digital assets and blockchain. Malta's framework for distributed ledger technology is creating new business opportunities in a tokenized, regulated environment. Tokenization advantages include liquidity and accessibility. Tokenized assets can be traded easily and distributed to a greater number of investors at lower fees globally. Hello, Sologenic. Globally, right? Today, investment in securities is mostly limited to high-income individuals. It's funny, because my business partner just mentioned that, how he was a private investor in equities. he's been one for a while now. So anyway, but purchasing just a fraction of an asset instead of the whole is more affordable for average people who want to invest. Around 55% of Americans own stock in 2019, according to a Federal Reserve survey of consumer finance. That number will grow as tokenization spreads. The fractionalization and transferability of digital tokens enable investors of all sizes to participate in the ownership of investment opportunities and therefore the ability to earn passive income. because digital assets can be broken into smaller shares that exist on today's stocks exchanges, people who might not have so much money to invest can still do so according to their financial ability, as so long as they have an internet connection. And you don't even really need an internet connection. So tokenization also offers greater transparency in transactions, as everything is recorded on the blockchain. Transactions are immutable too. Once tokens are bought by an investor, no one else can erase the ownership. Okay, and again, guys, like I said, once the powers that be realized that they could not strong arm this technology and that it would, in fact, innovate around them, right? It's quoting Secretary Clayton. Once they realized they couldn't strong arm it, they couldn't hold us back. There was no way for them to hold us back because of the technology. They had to embrace it. So as with most technologies that can change the world, crypto will work within existing systems, not tear them down, to bring about real change. Regardless of what will happen with Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies in the future, we will begin to see a greater number of traditional financial institutions incorporating blockchain and tokenization. And as a result, a greater number of people will participate in capital markets. It's about time. That's what I always say. That's why I always end my videos with, this is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. So shout out to, it is Remy Jacobson, chairman of the board at I think that's Real IT. He is also the chairman of managing partner and co-founder of Bunker Capital, blockchain consulting and advisory firm in Ventura, Florida, and founded in 2016. So cool, there it is. It is Remy. Nice job, Remy. Very nice job. All right, guys, listen. I am going to wrap up this video like I do all my videos and remind you of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather us remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, but we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating, or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know. That the battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.